Hello, everyone. Get ready to be inspired by a woman who is living proof that God's timing is always right. And it's never too late to chase your dreams, no matter your age or stage in life. Our next speaker is a true powerhouse in leadership and influence. Debbie Cunningham is known for helping women walk boldly in their God-given authority. With a strong background in communications and ministry, she delivers transformational messages that are deeply rooted in faith, purpose, and personal growth. Today, she's here to remind us that our age does not define our potential and that your next chapter could be your most powerful yet. Whether you're stepping out of your comfort zone, starting over, or just finding your voice, Debbie is here to ignite the fire within you. Please welcome the unstoppable faith-filled force that is Debbie Cunningham.
Following your dreams is like laundry. If you don't do it now, the pile just gets bigger, and suddenly you're buried under the weight of everything you never got around to. But seriously, how many of us have put our dreams on hold so long that we forget they're even there? Today, I want to remind you that your dreams matter. You matter. Have you ever put a dream on hold so long that you convinced yourself that maybe it wasn't meant for you anymore? I was turning 40 when I had that moment. As many of us do in midlife, I was reflecting on everything that I had accomplished and everything I still want to accomplish. I had so many things that I wanted to pursue. You see, I had pushed pause on my aspirations to have a professional music career, to stay at home and raise my 2 kids. But now I was turning 40, and it had been a decade. And I started to question, is it too late for me now? I mean, I thought I was doing the right thing at the time, and actually I was for a season. But then I realized I was slowly losing a piece of myself. But what if pressing pause actually wasn't the problem? What if never pushing play again was? Many women feel guilty for pursuing their dreams or pursuing personal growth. Society teaches us as women, not just moms, to put everyone else first. Kids, spouse, career, other people's needs, your family, church, schools. But at what cost? Because there is a cost to ignoring your dreams. Suppressed dreams can foster resentment, frustration, and even burnout. Brené Brown says, if we stifle and ignore our creativity instead of nurturing it, it can turn into grief, rage, and feelings of unfulfillment. And let's be honest, ladies, if left unchecked, those emotions affect everything, including our family dynamics. So what has ignoring your dream cost you? Your confidence, your joy, your sense of purpose? I want you to think about this for a minute. What is one thing you've always wanted to do, ever since you were a little girl, but you've convinced yourself that it's too late? What if instead of feeling guilty for investing in yourself, you saw it as a gift to everyone else around you? For those who don't know me, I'm Debbie Cunningham. I'm a jazz recording artist. I'm an author. I'm a speaker and a podcast host, Midlife Crescendo. But none of that happened until after the age of 40. Before that, I was a woman just like you. I had responsibilities. I was juggling life, raising a family. And just like you, I was wondering if my dreams still had a place in my story. But what I realized is if I didn't intentionally make space for my dreams, life was always going to fill the gaps for me. Now, at first, I worried about the impact on my family, that my husband and kids would suffer because of my pursuits. But just the opposite happened. My kids loved coming backstage with me and realized they still had all access to mom. They helped me sell merch at my shows and set up the shows. And in high school and college, my kids and my husband all performed with me on stage. They all had musical gifts. So by pursuing my own dreams, I was able to give them an opportunity to pursue theirs and to incorporate them into what I was doing. Even my daughter took up photography in her high school years, and her first professionally published photos are of me on stage. And beyond that, they saw their mom become an entrepreneur. They saw me working hard, not abandoning my home life, but incorporating it into our family's life and into our family's rhythm. It was no different than adjusting our schedules for their marching band, show choir, and theater schedules. The thing is, we shifted as a family to support each other. And that, my friends, is a powerful lesson. Because mom's life doesn't have to gather dust while everyone else pursues their dreams. And any woman's life doesn't have to gather dust because she's helping other people achieve their dreams. Because you were not created to be the facilitator of everyone else's dreams but your own. Are you living as the leading lady of your own life? We often think our dreams take us away from our family. But what if they actually bring us closer? What if making space for your dream would it actually enrich your life and relationships instead of harming them? Now, it's not easy. You have to be intentional. And there are moments where guilt makes you feel like maybe you shouldn't be pursuing that thing, or you're being selfish by pursuing that thing. But I promise you, you're not. I remember one time while I was taking night classes, my son, as I was tucking him into bed, said, "Mom, I kind of miss when you were just my mom, not a mom/singer." I think he was like 10 at the time. And at first I felt so much guilt, like I shouldn't be doing this. I should be at home with them. But my husband was there, and the first thing he said was, "Hey, son, mom has given a decade to us of only serving us and taking care of what our needs are and serving us in all the things that we wanted to do. But God has given her gifts and talents he wants her to use, and we need to support her as well." And he said, "Okay." And that was the end of it. There was just that moment where I could have believed a lie that pursuing my own dreams was selfish. But again, it wasn't about pursuing dreams and abandoning my family, but incorporating my dream into our family's rhythm. It's not easy. I had to take night classes. I did homework while the kids were at school. But we made those concessions, and my husband watched the kids when I had night classes or when I started to sing professionally. I learned to say no, which was hard for me as a people-pleasing person. But I said no to not things that weren't good, but things that weren't best for our family life at the time. And here's what I learned about that. When you say no to something, you're opening up yourself to say yes to something better. And you're giving the opportunity for someone else to say yes to the thing you're saying no to. So it works both ways. Look, as women, we think we can do everything, but we can't do it all at the same time. There are seasons, and this might be your season. Look, it's not too late to pursue your dreams. What I discovered in midlife is that it's not the end. Even being a stay-at-home mom wasn't the end. And it was the perfect time to begin to dip my toe in the water and step into my purpose. And it's time for you to step into your purpose too. And I would love to help you do that. Now, often we can feel like we don't have time. And we don't need unlimited time. We just need intentional time. And sometimes we don't know where to start. I didn't know where to start. That CD hanging on the wall over there, that was my very first CD after I pursued becoming a jazz artist. At age 39, when I was considering pursuing that dream, I held that album in my hand at age 41 because I took the steps to make that happen. And you can do that too. What would it mean for you to take even one step toward that dream? What if you gave yourself permission to believe it's possible? The women I work with have often felt just like you, stuck, hesitant. How am I going to balance all this? Unsure if they're too late. But I learned and I taught them a simple, proven process to move forward step by step, and everything changed. It's a roadmap to finally launch your dreams. And so I have a few resources for you I want to tell you about. One is a quiz that will help you find more clarity in your journey to uncovering your dreams. And if you go to debbiecunningham.net/quiz, you can download that quiz, take the 10 questions, and it'll help you find clarity and show you where you are on the journey and how to move to the next step. But I also have a masterclass that you can find at debbiecunningham.net/masterclass. It's a free masterclass. And there I will walk you through 4 keys that will help you begin to launch your dream. And the 4 keys are these. The acronym is DAME: decide, assess, make a plan, and execute the plan. But the truth of it is, the very first thing you have to do is decide for yourself. Decide that you are going to say yes to yourself. Decide that you're going to give yourself permission. Because honestly, that's the hardest part. We hem and haw forever about making a choice, even at a restaurant. Do I want to eat here? Do I want to eat there? But this is your dream. How long do you really want to put off your dream? Because if you keep putting it off, someday you're going to wake up and the kids are going to be grown and you're still going to be wondering why you didn't take a chance on yourself. Your dream isn't waiting for the perfect time. It's just waiting for you to say yes. So friend, what's been pulling at your heart lately? What's been tugging at your heart that you haven't given yourself permission to do? A dance class? Learning a new language? Picking up a creative hobby? It doesn't have to be a career change like mine, just something that brings you joy. Psalm 139 says, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." God has uniquely gifted you with talents and gifts to impact the world around you, no matter what that gifting is. So what's stirring in your heart? Maybe it's time to make space for that thing. The world needs more women who say yes to their own dreams. Will you be one of them?
Here's Debbie's message. Your age doesn't disqualify you, it prepares you. Every season of your life is a step up for what God still wants to do through you. Welcome everybody to the Good Morning Minute podcast. I'm Angelina, and as I reflect on Debbie's quote, I want you to know that it hits deep because sometimes we look at our timeline and wonder, did I miss it? But the truth is, friend, God's timing is always on time. Our age, our story, and even our delays are not disqualifications. They are divine preparation. There is no expiration on purpose. You are not too old. It's not too late, and you are still becoming everything you were created to be. So I challenge you today, friends, as we close our minute, to write this down somewhere you can see it. My timing is still valid. My purpose is still active. And then I want you to ask yourself, What dream have I shelved because I thought I missed my chance? Now take one small step this week to breathe life back into it. Journal it, research it, pray over it, or tell someone about it. Now, if you want to catch the full Empower Her Steps virtual conference, it is on my YouTube channel, Good Morning Minute with Angelina. It is powerful, friends, and it is streaming on Good Morning Minute channel, anywhere you can find it. I will break up each presentation so you can really dive into it. And I want to remind you that now still matters. Your yes still has power, and your next move can start today. Thank you again for spending your morning with me. I am Angelina, your life coach, sending you much love, much peace, many blessings.